There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
It's a house!
Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Come on, man. What's wrong with you? Did you hear what I said? You know, that's just one step above stupid. Have you lost the last 3 brain cells, or do you just have cabbage for brains? 5 brain cells, 4 aren't working. There's mosquitoes the size of bald eagles in that dadgum swamp.
What happened? That was crazy. Anyways. Look at Chloe. Boy, that looks like such a comfortable spot. My head straight up in the air. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, wow. I showed up to this live stream today on a channel that, you know, covers the Lori and Chad Daybell case. They've got like 140,000 subscribers, and man, I couldn't disagree more with some of their takes. But boy, if you, what did I say? I said Lori Daybell. I think Lori Daybell sort of like would suggest to Chad who she thought was zombies, and he was willing to go, yeah, I deem them zombies now. And they go, oh, that's misogynistic. Oh. And they actually said, Grant Hughes said, that's and then they said it was misogynistic. What a joke. Those people they're embarrassing. I mean, they have the worst takes. You know, I was out there, what was it that I was showing? Like, they don't even know that Chad likely got his theory off of the show The Walking Dead, okay? About zombies, and if you kill the zombie, it releases the spirit. I mean, they really are, it was kind of shockingly weird. They're just like, they can't think their way out of a shoebox. You know, like stuff like, what was the shit that, yeah, I said, well, why do you think Lori didn't give JJ the medicine? Because she wanted JJ to act up, then she could say to people, look, he's a zombie, look how he's acting. And Chad would believe it, I mean not Chad, Alex would believe it and want to kill JJ. That's the whole reason that she didn't give him the medication. So doesn't that show you that she's using it, that she doesn't even believe it herself, but maybe Chad, Alex believed it? So her and Chad are the ones that invented this crap. Man, it's just weird to not know that. But anyways, on the, and also, you know, the whole thing about how does Chad Daybell get past the raccoon on the fence shooting thing? Garbage. That's how you prove that he knew exactly what he was doing back there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I followed the case a year before those guys even looked at it. Okay? And yeah, they do a good job at just sort of like going over the trial and putting everything together and everything. But man, that was so rude. I just came up with something and all of a sudden I'm misogynistic because I said that? That it's so stupid. Oh my God. Right. Yeah, and even if you had that argument back, they wouldn't listen to it. Man, what a joke over there. God, can't believe it. Don't worry about it. It's just stupid. Right. And guess what? I asked Larry Woodcock tonight. I said, do you think that Chad was the one that absolutely knew about the zombies and Lori just believed him? And he goes, no, they absolutely were equals. Hello? Who knows more? Don't you think that Larry Woodcock knows more than those guys do? He's been there the whole time. He knows exactly what he's doing. What? What are you talking about? Inspecting gadget. No, I made a comment in the wrong place. All of a sudden I became a troll because I didn't agree with what the leader was saying. When people in here have a theory that's different, they're not trolls. It's when people go, yeah, you're an idiot, man. It's like this. Nobody said that. But, I mean, you were in there, wise child, right? I mean, that was really rude what they did and said. Gray Hughes said this. It's misogynistic to think that Lori knew more. And she was using Chad to sort of... I guarantee you that's how it worked. You don't think that once they deemed all this stuff that, of course, she'd point out the little flaws that Charles had, and you don't think that that's how they probably sold to Alex that Tammy was a dark spirit? Yeah, pretty clear. Hey, thanks, Cindy Lynn. But man, I've never seen people so... That was weird. That was some weird shit. Gotta be honest with you. Strange, actually. I know, Corey. I know that. His name is Larry Woodcock. You whack job. I just said that, Corey. I said the Woodcocks. Man, your brain is like whew, crazy. His lawyer said a while back he was less culpable. No, he's not less culpable. I actually, well, I you know what? I can almost agree a little bit. I mean, I think Lori, and I think he was willing to accept it. So here's probably how it worked with Charles. That Lori really wanted Charles to be a zombie. And Chad provided the perfect, yeah. Let me check. Oh yeah, he is a zombie. Boy, he's a 4.1 dark, man. He's oh wow. And then, Lori doesn't even believe this crap, nor does Chad. None of them believe it. But Alex did. So then you tell Alex that Charles is a 4.2 dark, and maybe they sort of loosely believed it, just to sort of help themselves through it. Like they're doing the right, you know what I mean? Like that little sort of the edgy, I don't know for sure, but he could be a zombie. So, oh man, they just use Alex as the hitman. And by the way, this channel was covering that case on YouTube way before anybody else was looking at it, okay? The only other person that was before us was Nate Eaton. Okay, but I actually interviewed Larry and Kay Woodcock a million times, like 3 times prior to anybody else even covering it. And so we had the whole case figured out, like early on. We knew exactly what was happening and what was going on. We didn't know the sort of the what was going to be in the probable cause, the specific timing of everything, but we definitely got that all figured out later. Yeah, those are awesome. Remember those? No, they didn't really try to smooth anything out, because if they wanted to smooth something out, they would have said my name and said, oh, well, we didn't really mean it like that. But yeah, that was freaking ridiculous. It was such a mundane comment. It was something like, I think Lori was... Oh, yeah, by the way, I was trying to tell you a minute ago, on the show Walking Dead, you guys remember when, man, I said his name, Carl. Remember Carl, the kid of, the kid with the cowboy hat? etc. Remember him? Carl? I just want to see if you guys remember this. Go ahead. You guys remember Carl in The Walking Dead? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Cool! Yeah, that's right, Cindy. Yeah, right. That's how his dad said his name. That's right. But anyways, let's see. The episode where he got bit. You remember the episode with Sadiq? They're in the woods, and he got bit. And then after that, he was in the show for a little bit longer, and then it went on for about 5 more years after that. Well, in that episode, Sadiq, when Carl was asking him the questions, you know how they would ask questions to see if they were worthy of becoming part of their group. How many have you killed? Have you ever killed a person before? Etc., etc. And then he said, how many zombies have you killed? And he said, like, I don't know, like, let's just say he had an exact number, 241. Then he said, well, why do you kill them? And he goes, well, my mom told me that if you kill a zombie, it releases the spirit that they once were. You know, that thing. And that's exactly the same theory. And it's a zombie. It's the exact same theory that Lori and Chad have, that you have an evil spirit, you have a normal spirit, and then an evil spirit takes over the body, putting the soul in limbo, they call it. That the only way to free the soul is to kill the physical body of the, quote, zombie, and then that frees the soul from limbo. So it's exactly what they said on the show, and I bet you they were just sitting around watching Walking Dead, you know, these wackos, they were watching it, and we're like, hey, that's a great idea, look at that. We can just come up with this. And then I bet you then he wrote it out and came up with a sort of a documented version of the zombie theory. I'll bet you money that episode came out before the whole Lori and Chad Daybell thing. Let's see. Let me just check this one out. What season was when Carl got bit in Walking Dead? So season 8, all right. And what year was season 8? What year was season 8 of Walking Dead? 2017. Rest my case, mofos. Right there. That is the answer. Because the Lori and Chad Daybell case was when? It started like 2019, right? I tried to bring that up in there, but oh yeah, forget it. Like, hey, are you being a troll? 2000 and let's see. Lori and I think it was 2019. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's 2 years later. You don't think they put that in there? Man, I think that is absolutely legit and makes sense, right? Because that wasn't something they had for a long time. It shows up almost right after that episode. You know, 2018, 19. Hey, they're probably sitting around. Hey, have you ever watched Walking Dead? Oh, wow, look at that. Why do you kill zombies? Well, this is a great reason. That's the answer. Then I tried to bring up, hey, do you guys think that Julie Rowe has any connection to this? When her and Chad used to sit around talking about when Tammy was going to die. Oh, not quite yet. You know, I don't see it quite yet. I see her dying too, though. I mean, I don't know, guys. There's way more going on here. I think you want to hear what I really think is, and I think it's true, is that Chad was willing to come up with all these things because Lori wanted to get out of her marriage. She didn't want to be still taking care of the kids. And they worked together to come up with a story, and he was way willing to do it because there's this really he considered Lori to be, oh my God, she's so hot, And I got to, but they think that's misogynistic. How is that misogynistic? Where's the misogyny there? It's just, I think that is what, it's the other way around. Like, oh man, that guy is so weak, he's just going to, But I think that that's what it was, that he was thinking, remember the whole Hawaiian photographs on the beach? Cha-cha-cha, tiny bubbles in the sand, all that bull crap. Oh, God. Man, I just think it's, clear. Absolutely clear. Yeah, like he was in love, and he was going to just do anything to appease what Lori wanted. He might have been like, God, how do I get out of this? And then you know what? I bet you, I'd like to know when, I think the communication with them started in 2018, 19? And I bet you they were already communicating, and they discussed that one episode one time. Once she was probably saying something like, or it could have been something like this. Man, I don't know how to get out of my relationship. I want to be with you, Chad. You look so hot, Chad. I'm a little bit like Gumby, but And so, you guys remember that mug picture? That was sweet, where I took his head upside down, put the eyes on the other side. Yeah, so she said she wanted to do that, and then he was watching Walking Dead, and he goes, oh, look at that. If you're a zombie, it freezes soul. That'll work. Oh, yeah. And then she comes over. What do you think about this? Yeah, the chin, right? What do you think about this one? He could be a zombie, and the only way to free his original soul. And she's like, I like it. And the reason I think this is because the one thing that you go, yes, she knew what she was doing here. Well, two of them. The whole Charles murder, but you could claim, I guess, well, she thought he was a zombie, so they came up with a way to do it. But really, the JJ and the medication, right? That portion right there, the fact that she took JJ's medication from him just prior to him being killed. Now, if I remember correctly, JJ wasn't deemed a dark spirit or anything like that, but I could see them telling Alex that. Like, oh my God, Alex, check it out. He's a zombie. Look how he's acting. Oh my God, look at this, look at it. And then he goes into action. And Chad's right there too. Anyways, whatever. People can think whatever they want, but I just was putting out comments. People were saying stuff, and I go, hey, what about this? As a rebuttal, because I don't think that way. I don't think Chad was this like Charles Manson sort of leader of a cult controlling everybody. I think Lori and Chad were absolute equals in this, and they recruited all the other people below them. Lori was looking for a way out, and she and Chad were able to figure out a way to make that make sense, but use somebody else to do the killing, right? To keep them, why didn't they do it? How come they weren't the killers if they believed it so much? Doesn't that just prove everything? Alex is basically, he killed every single one of the people that were killed in this case. Why didn't they do it if they believed it? They would have been like, oh my God, that's a zombie. And like at any moment done it. But it was all planned out secretly. Why would you have to do that? I mean, if you believe that they were actual zombies, why are you planning and making it so it's hidden? I mean, just, my God, they're zombies. Well, because people wouldn't believe it if we just killed them and said, well, they were zombies. Well, that's true. Why do you think people think that way? Because you're lunatics. Do you get it? They're not actually zombies. I mean, the story's pretty freaking simple, really. It's not complex. Not a lot of stuff going on there. The whole thing is so freaking weird, yeah. It is a crazy case. But you know what I did? I actually found, it took me forever, but I found the Let me see if I can load it up here again. People are in there. Who's Gray? Who's Gray? How does he know? What do you mean? See, that's the problem with YouTube is I covered this case extensively, and we knew what was going on from the very beginning, and nobody was watching. We don't know why. It's just weird. Was I not putting the right tags in? I don't know. That's right, Cindy Leon. Hey, it's good to see you on the normal show. And that's right, if you're out there, everybody, this is the third show of the day. If you want to help support the channel, that'd be awesome. Oh, that's right. That's me begging for money again. Sorry, everybody. But yes, if you could please help support the channel, that'd be awesome. Please! Please, you guys do! Please! Good Lord. People are just freaking nuts. We need the smoke for, oh, yeah, the gray zone. That's right. Let me find that. Where is that thing? It's right here. The gray zone. There's no Skype number yet. There it is.
Welcome to the gray zone.
All right. Very cool, very cool. May I help with Tammy? Help. I think Chad was did everything. I think Alex did a lot of the stuff, but Chad was absolutely aware of everything that was going on. He was okay with it because he got his prize, Lori. Yeah, I think he was absolutely. I think Alex is the one who killed everybody, but Lori and Chad they conspired to kill everybody. All right. Yeah. And the sad part is, I think Charles actually really loved Lori. Actually sort of reminds me, we have this friend that a few of us know that was really a bright person who was, very, outgoing, bright, really good writer, had a husband, some kids, and something happened to her, like mentally. She just totally has lost it. I mean, she just, it's weird what happened. Maybe it's drug related. We don't really know exactly what's going on, but totally, and it's sad because I think her husband still loves her, but she isn't really, how do you get back with somebody like that? You'd have to put him in some sort of, I think it's even worse with somebody like Lori, because I don't think there's really a treatment for it. But like drugs, if you can get somebody off of drugs, maybe you can get them back, but it sucks. Charles was like really trying to get something done. It just didn't work. So, anyways, I don't really have much more. Oh yeah, I was going to show you about the. Let me put Daybell in here. Charles Vallow, maybe. Oh, there it is. Man, Rexburg missing 4 Colt. See, that's what I called it so long ago. Look how far it is up on. I know you can't see that, but see right over here. Look how far it is up on this bar over here. That's so long ago. With all the cases we have. Yeah, we have all the ping information. Yeah, I guess it's there. It's on. That's not it, is it? No, that's the Idaho 4. Yeah, it's right here. So it's pretty cool. It took me forever, but the picture of JJ and, let's see, JJ and Tylee and Alex at Yellowstone. Well, I guess my plea fell on deaf ears yet again. So here it is. See that picture right there? It took forever, but there was literally somebody with a 360-degree camera went right over here, and I was actually looking at just the structure of things, and that picture was taken right there, right off the end of this platform. And you can see, like, I don't know if you can open this one. Let's see if we can open that one up here. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to get one that's big enough, but maybe that one. Yeah, right there. And I think there's a second photograph, but look at even the background. See how there's a mountain right here, and there it is right there. There's the steam coming up. There's the fence behind him, which is right there. And so basically, Alex is standing in this corner right over here, and JJ and Tylee are right there to the left. Isn't that crazy? I bet that YouTube channel didn't know where that picture was taken. So right there, pretty crazy, huh? Took me about, I don't know, it seemed like 4 or 5 days to actually find it, because originally I thought it was that Grand Prismatic, which is similar looking, but yeah, it's right there. It was awesome. And then I finally realized, yeah, that mountain range, I can look at that, etc. Thanks, Allie Cake and Wise Child. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Wild Wyatt. Yeah. And we have everything plotted out, like where they were eating and everything. This whole thing here. You know, basically the trials are going to be pretty similar. They're going to have all the same information, except different stuff related to Chad. You know, like he called Charles, after Charles died, he called the funeral home to see how quickly they could, you know, he was just all over the place. Chad was. Because basically what they were doing in that, what their goal is to kill all their spouses. So even the niece of Lori, they were going to kill Brandon Boudreaux, and that one was a miss by Alex. He missed twice. He tried to shoot Tammy and he tried to shoot Brandon Boudreaux and missed both times. The first time, I think, with Tammy, because Chad was going to take out, I can't remember the order. I think Tammy might have been second, but you know, he was going to, Chad wanted to take out Tammy as well. And when Alex missed, he goes, "Oh, that was probably just a paintball gun. That was probably just a paintball gun, Tammy. Yeah, don't worry about that." See, those are the kinds of things that make it really obvious that Chad Daybell is absolutely involved in this. That we know that was Alex, because he did the same thing later in a Jeep. And you see Lori and Chad putting the tires and the back seat of the Jeep into a storage facility. And that way you know that he's the one that took the, you know, so he was aware of what it was going to be used for, obviously. And that was to take out Brandon Boudreaux. And I think the main purpose of all this was to get life insurance policies from Tammy, Brandon Boudreaux, and Charles Vallow. And they were going to use it all to start their amazing cult somewhere. Okay, that's how they were going to get it started off. So, anyways, that's all I got on that. Now I'll switch over to the Oklahoma case. So check it out. I made a little bit of an org chart here for the. This is it. And by the way, Zozo wasn't too far off here, right? A train that got shat on. Okay. Anyways, here is Tiffany Adams right here. She's the mother of Wrangler Rickman. Then Veronica and Wrangler were, I guess, married at one point, and they have 2 kids right here. Jillian here is friends with, or connected to Veronica because she is the supervisor, court appointed supervisor for visitation for Veronica and the 2 kids. However, this guy, Wrangler Rickman right here, he was in a facility for drug rehab. Probably meth if you just look at the mom there. And then she's the one that had custody of these 2 kids, but she would argue with him. She would threaten him about the custody of the kids. I mean, it was crazy. So it's possible that Wrangler Rickman doesn't know anything about what her crazy ass mom did. And look at this guy here. Look at him. He didn't look like that before. Here, I'll show you. Watch this. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, so this is what the guy looked like not too long ago. Pretty normal. Right? We showed this earlier, but look at him now. Maybe they were part of some cult. This is the kind of crap you do when you get in the cult. You're not always, okay, but I'm just saying, to go from this to that and then look at her from this, I mean, I don't know. Looks quite a bit different to me. Maybe it was more like the Hatfields and McCoys, I guess. I don't know. So this lady right here had custody of the 2 kids while he is in rehab. But Veronica here was requesting more visitation. And now with Jillian showing up, she's one of 4 court-appointed individuals that would go with her. So it's just bad luck, bad timing for her. And so this Tiffany then put together a plot involving her boyfriend, Tad Cullum. I think it's interesting, too. I don't know if this is related to anything, but don't you think it's weird? It's Tiffany, Tad, Cora, Cole. These 2. I mean, were they all part of some weird thing? I don't know. But they conspired, created a plot that ended up killing Veronica and Jillian, and these 4 barbarians up here are the ones that did it. Hey, thank you, Lisa Wilkerson. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you very much. Oh, and I also talked to, let's see, Christopher Proudfoot. Oh, yeah. And see, this is what I'm saying, guys. I don't think those guys have anything to do. I'll stick on this for a minute, but I communicated with a lot of different people before the show tonight because this is the Gray Zone. Yeah, very kind, thanks. So she was on, Katie Proudfoot was on a show called Cops, or about cops. Okay, it's called, hold on. She was on a show called, oh man, where the hell did she? Oh yeah, Patrol Live. She was on a show called Patrol Live. And she did the interview by herself. Okay? And so I'm just wondering if maybe we can play it.
OP Nation, tonight we need your help to find a missing Tennessee teenager. During the early morning hours of February 26, 2024, 15-year-old Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. That's about 20 miles north of Nashville. He's not been seen or heard from since. And Sebastian is now the subject of an Amber Alert. Joining us now is Sebastian's mom, Katie Proudfoot. Katie, thanks for being with us under what must be very difficult circumstances. First of all, how are you and your family holding up?
I would say that this isn't a tragedy that we would wish anyone to ever experience. We're keeping our faith, and we're praying every day that we're going to find Sebastian.
What's the latest on the search?
Oh, you guys know that picture that's going around, that video of a kid walking around that there, people are like, hey, is this Sebastian? Have you guys seen that? Here, let me show you. So I got an email on it. No? Okay. It's this thing right here. You know, somebody's playing this video right here. See that? Like a kid with a backpack, he's got glasses, walking around. And don't say, zoom it in, because I'm not going to. So I messaged Chris Proudfoot and I said, hey, there's some video. And he goes, oh, let me see. You know, he's excited. He wanted to see it. And I sent it to him and he goes, no, that's not him. Because it's not him. I mean, it's just not him, right? So the thing is can't you see that, like, why would he sound like that? Right? It's just, why would he sound like that if he had something to do with it?
So law enforcement is exploring any and all possibilities. They're communicating daily with us about updates and the statuses. We have faith that all the law enforcement agencies involved are doing everything that they can, and we're going to find Sebastian and bring him home.
We know the most important thing right now is to get the word out about Sebastian. What would you like our viewers to know about your son?
Sebastian, he is high-functioning autistic. He loves animals. He loves video games. He loves fishing.
Green tea! You're so goofy.
He's typically a very, very sweet boy.
That's the first time I really saw him moving around and smile. Made me sad.
He can be quite temperamental, though, if he's overstimulated or if he's stressed out. He has a unique run. He runs like the Naruto anime character. When he's excited, he likes to dab, and he loves music. He loves to dance.
That's all very helpful information. Now, if Sebastian is out there watching, what would you like to say to your son?
I would say, Bubba, we love you. We all love you so much. Wherever you are, just know that we are not going to stop. We're going to keep searching. We're going to find you. We're going to bring you home. And if you ever get an opportunity, find a phone, find a safe adult, call 911. But I'd also like to ask our community to please keep searching your properties. Keep sharing his flyer. If you know something or you see something, please say something. Call the law enforcement immediately.
We're going to do everything we can to help find him.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. See, when I watch her, I don't feel like a lot of you guys do. Okay, to me, she's always seemed authentic, even when she's just totally zoned out because she's been, you know. I can just tell you the way I felt like when my wife was missing in my head for 30 hours and looking at the video of like where she might have been, and I was just getting all freaked out. I can see, like, if it's your own kid and you are every day for weeks on end, you have to think, oh my God, my kid's missing. Where the hell are they? Oh my God. I think some people would just turn into absolute zombies. And look at her right there. Man, does anybody see red flags in that at all? Or I'd like to hear, because it seems like if you see a red flag in the way she just was speaking there, that means you're biased, because there's nothing. That's because you don't see it, Gray. I saw this one video. Oh, screw you. Get out of here. All right. Yeah. And that being said, who the hell knows, right? But I don't see it. This could be one of those cases where I was fooled, but man, I just don't see it. All right. because I don't know. I don't get to read minds, but I don't think either one of them have anything to do with this. Now, when I say anything to do with it, I don't mean that he might not have left because he didn't like being there. I mean, I have a stepsister that didn't like, when my mom and my dad got married, she didn't like it. She didn't like the rules because, you had 5 kids and 2, in a merged household like the Brady Bunch, and she didn't like all the rules that we had to put in place because we used to always have to do chores when we were growing up. All 3 of us, we had to do chores, but they had a maid. So when we combined families, my mom was like, "Oh, we don't need a maid." So then they had to start doing chores, and it was just so shitty to have to do something, So she left and moved with her mom at the beach, right? Yeah. Let's see. She's trying to compose herself for the interview, but you can see how. Yeah, and I think it's cool that she went on that. She did it by herself too. Wasn't somebody there? Oh, look at he's controlling what she's saying. Look at. That's right, Karen Andrews. That's correct. All right, so how about we'll just open up the phone lines. You guys can call in about whatever the hell you want to. All right. A laugh from Grade said, "You guys say if you go missing, you want me to be called." And started this. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't. That's not how the order was. I said people have told me this before. They always say, I tell my dad husband, not my dad. I tell my husband all the time, if I go missing, get a hold of Gray. And then I was thinking when my wife was missing, I was like, I just started going into search mode. I did the pin of her last Life 360 connection, then tried to get a hold of different family members. Then I called the bank up to see where her card was used last and what time and what location, and I plotted those out, and I was just like, this is messed up. But it actually sort of made me feel a little bit more paranoid even, because now I'm thinking this is my wife I'm doing this on, so kind of sucked. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, I think you would have been, especially like I don't know, just the situation this was. You're in Manila, sort of in a not the greatest place, and I don't know I don't know anything about it over there. Probably less crime, etc. But they're just kind of in places where there isn't really great cell signals and stuff like that. Wow, it's horrible. A horrible feeling. I've had the feeling with my dogs, but now that that's happened to my wife, I understand it. So, now I see the feeling that parents might get with kids, right? Because it's like that level. You still get that feeling with dogs because they're your pets and you love them and everything, and you just wonder, oh my God, what's going to happen? But man, human being, jeez. Feel bad for Katie, but I don't get good vibes off of Chris. Well, that's just because I think Chris is probably, I don't know if he had the greatest bond in the world with Sebastian, but I don't get any negative vibes off of him at all either. I've communicated with him. Just like I said today, he was like, okay, let me see the video. Like, why would he do that? Wouldn't he just go, it's not going to be him. Instead, he was excited to see the video and then went, oh, that's not it. You don't think that's mildly interesting? Like if you just look at that. And every conversation I've had with him, I think he sounds totally normal. Like I said before, though, I can't read somebody's mind. I'm not a psychic. I have intuition, but I'm not a psychic. Yeah, it gets worse and worse as it went on, Jessica. Exactly. It was just... You're just like, especially in this scenario, what could I possibly do? I can't even fly there because of the issues. Like, I don't know what it is, if it's the pressure up in the air, but I have a hard time using the restroom. I could probably do a 3 or 4 hour flight, but you're talking 14. I think that'd be medically dangerous. I mean, wouldn't be good. I think what it is I don't like flying, so my whole attitude up in the air is sort of a stressed out feeling. It's like a little bit like when you're at a sporting event and you're the first person at the urinal and there's 32 people behind you tapping their feet. Yeah, that doesn't work too well. What's the likelihood of Sebastian walked out of there that night? I think pretty good. Yeah. I think it's a good possibility. Yeah, stage fright is what we called it. Thought he was Karen Andrews said, I lost my 10-year-old. First thought was in someone's trunk. He was around the corner at a friend's. He went without any permission. I hugged him and then punished him. Yeah, well, that's what you want to do. Like, first I'm like, oh God, with my wife, and I go, why the hell would you do that? She goes, well, I was tired and I couldn't figure out how to use and I go, what? You put me through all of that because you, yeah. And she didn't have the right charger for her phone over there. All right, we're going to switch over to the gray zone and get the Skype up here. And could be a short show. We don't know. It's all up to you guys. Five, 4, 3, 2. There it is. I worked in a group home, and before I start, one of the clients would take off a lot. I guess my question is this something Sebastian often did? They didn't make it sound like he did. But I can tell you that his biological dad would allow him to use the computers and everything when he was over there, so maybe he developed a friendship. And I'm not even blaming. I mean, most kids get to use the internet, but I think it would be a little bit reckless to allow probably an autistic kid to have free reign on the internet. Don't you think? Might not understand social cues a little bit. Wouldn't know if somebody was the wrong person or, Well, who's calling in? Come on, you guys. About any of these topics. Hey, look at that. It's Kit Kat. How many months have you been a member, Kit Kat? I bet you're like 50-something, right? I'm sure the police checked Dad's computer and phones. Oh, of course. Yeah. Look at. Like I said before, law enforcement has already said that the Proudfoots have done every single thing they've been asked to do, and they've cooperated since the beginning. They've done every single thing they're asked to do, and they have found nothing that indicates foul play on the part of the Proudfoots. Okay, isn't that enough for people? Just to at least give them a break until something else might come forward. Like if some other piece of information came out, then I'd go, oh, there we go. That's probably because we've said the same thing a few times, Cindy Leon. It's probably not even deja vu. You literally did hear it before. I don't know. How about anybody's friends? The Biodad's friends, the Proudfoot's friends. Let's see. Wendy is frustrating. Wendy, it's frustrating. Watching since Molly Tibbetts' case. Yep, that was the original. That's when it all started, the online shows, really, right around Molly Tibbetts. Oh, look at that, look at that. This is great. You're in the gray zone. Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, who's this?
Anyways, I was calling you. I enjoy watching your program because you don't do like the rest.
Well, thanks.
Excuse me. But as far as the boy, Sebastian, I agree with you on that totally. I don't know about the father. I just don't think they're involved in that. Just my opinion. And I like the piece where you talked about how they made his daddy the god. I thought that was very good the other day.
But it's true, right? Like, it's Proudfoot's bad, Seth good. Like, really? I mean, how about we just look at everybody the same and try to, the same, I mean. Did I say the same?
If you watched him about a week before that, I think, somewhere, he made a comment about how they were getting on TV programs and he was making a big deal out of them talking to people. And now all you do is hear about him. So...
Yeah, remember how before, like, they were wondering why he wasn't anywhere. Where is he? Where's the bio dad? But then, because of the lack of information regarding him, they turned the Proudfoots into virtual monsters, so that eventually when Seth showed up, they went, oh, here's the really good guy. We can't have two villains. Let's make him the good guy. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you're right. I agreed with you. There's several of them I just don't even watch because I watched what they did to Summer Wells' case down there, and they're still on that case, and it's just crazy how they destroy families, and they don't even stop and think, how is a person supposed to act when their child's missing? You can cry, and you was talking about a second ago, there's so much you can do, and there's ones that's been told not to do any searching, to stay out of it and let them do the job. So, I don't know. I don't understand people why they're so judgmental. I really don't.
Yeah, in some cases,
I don't understand.
Well, some cases you can do it because it's just really obvious. Like, it's clear. Like, oh, my God, like, let's say somebody is the child support thing, and then somebody goes missing. Well, then it's like, okay, obviously, they're related to...
Just like these, I just caught they found... arrested these 4 down there in Oklahoma.
Right.
I kind of figured they were, just myself, personally, I don't know what I'm telling you. I personally figured there was some connection in the family there. That didn't surprise me when this was coming out. I didn't know the whole deal on the grandmother and all that. I just knew they was missing, but I had a funny feeling there was something going on because there was a big dispute over the kids. It's getting...
Yeah, well, we pretty much nailed that case we got from the beginning because it was, I think, the first or second show we were already saying that the mother of the bio dad is likely going to be the person responsible because she was the one that was supposed to bring the kids to get picked up, and obviously that person is involved somehow because they never made it to that spot, and they're the only person that would have really known that they were traveling. And it seemed like a direct.
So the Grant, excuse me, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I ain't caught it all. I take it it's the grandmother, the mother of the husband. Where's he at in this? Was he the one that's in jail and rehab?
Well, Tiffany is the one in jail is Wrangler. Wrangler, what the hell is his last name again? God,
well, one's grandma's boyfriend or something.
Yeah, well, Wrangler's mom is Tiffany, and her boyfriend Ted, and we actually have an image here that has all of them on it, but it has all of the different people that are involved. So it's like 2 people we don't know who they are, but
because I listened to that FBI woman, she got brown hair. She made a comment about. I think it was Washington Post, I ain't sure. she said that they said the husband, the ex, or if they're really actually totally divorced, was the one that found them. So I didn't know what the deal with him was. She didn't understand.
Well,
that
apparently
part.
he found the
said,
car. He just found the car, not them, because they've never been found, the bodies. Yeah.
Somebody made a comment that the one's gone, but I just listened to a news report and said no, they haven't found either of them. So I don't think it sounds real good. And stuff like that. Being a farming setup, I grew on a farm. I was looking at some of that equipment. I'm going, oh, well, that's not a good sign. But anyways, I'm not going to go any further on that one. But I just wanted to thank you because I keep coming back years. I've watched you quite a while. Okay. And I just love the way you just kill some people, hey, dizzy, whatever, Because I don't try to judge it. I mean, what I say in my own home, but I don't get on the air and I don't do any of this stuff, but I appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
Some of these other ones, I don't know how people watch them. They just love tearing people apart, and it's crazy because you got a kid missing or a husband, wife, whatever, and they just don't need all this stress. And then they're just getting, like you just showed this one with. I watched him though with that kid. A picture, he had him running that back. That ain't no easy equipment. It is once you learn it. But that kid had to have been pretty swift for him to let him sit on that tractor in his yard there I was watching. So I just think there's just so much stuff getting thrown at him.
Yeah.
I don't know about his background, but that ex-wife or something, they were throwing that in there, and I go,
well, which case are you talking about? Sebastian?
On Sebastian's stepdad, the ex-wife was jumping.
Yeah, I mean, what does that have to do with anything? Yeah, the whole thing is like this show has the ex-wife on and just lets her go on for hours, just absolutely bashing him into oblivion. But like, what does it have to do with anything? It's like years ago. It has nothing to do with finding Sebastian. It was just another way to. For me, what it is it was just another way to make it Proudfoot's bad, because we're going to just throw everything at him,
right?
And then Seth good. Because as soon as I mentioned after that, because there's actually, I mean, I don't care about any one of it, but Seth has a bunch of crap about him in documents. But all of those things they excuse by saying that his ex-wife Katie has just made it all up. Right, but everything about her, it's true, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you look at her, and I haven't never had an autistic, but I know people who's had Down children. Adam was somebody I knew real well, and to have one of them children, your life is just entwined with them. And they have a beautiful home. There was no reason he's gonna go live with his dad. There wasn't no reason for them to want to get rid of it. That's the whole thing I look at. That he was getting ready to go live with Dad. So that doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. But one theory I heard, I thought sounded that he got out there and he knew he'd be in trouble going out there, and they think he just went off, probably trying to find Dad. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, my conspiracy theory would be that the dad actually knows exactly where he is and used the hate for the Proudfoots and then piled on himself, so that eventually when he has to admit that he's had him, people will go, it's okay, we understand. Those Proudfoots were monsters, so it's okay that you hid this from everybody. That would be a
the
theory.
Other side of it. Is that another side of your thinking? Or
no, it's just a thought. It's like a theory that I would, I could easily make that case.
Well, I'm glad
just
you
as
said
easy.
that, because I have a feeling that Daddy does. Something about Daddy didn't hit me right, and I just kind of sat in the middle of it. But when he come out and did that on her, and now it's all about him, and I'm going like, well, just a minute, you just give them hell. And I thought, you sure you? I'm looking at him myself.
Yeah, well, exactly. The thing is, because the Proudfoots have always been polite and kind to Seth until, well, not even after he trashed him. The mom put out a one written sort of statement on Facebook denouncing what he did, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But he just goes on and on, just trashing and trashing, trying to
Yeah.
make them look as bad as humanly possible. And you sort of wonder, like, what's he doing there? Well, great, because he lost his kid, and well, so did they, though. You get it? I mean, it's
Yeah. And they don't, I'll be honest with you, I think she's at a total wit's end. I think that she just, you know, in your head, just personally in your head or my head, I think of all the stuff you see is going on. You got to be wondering what the hell happened to your child. You got to think who the hell has him, if they got him, what they doing to him. All this stuff is, millions of this stuff is running through your head. And if people think that ain't what's going on, I'm telling you, you would have a million things thinking what the hell could happen to your child. You know, somebody raping them, beating them, cutting. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So this is all running in these people's head. It would be mine. I'd be I couldn't control myself. I'd be getting pissed. I wish, to be honest with you, if they get mad and they say anything, they bury them.
Mhm.
But I wish someone would say, you know, we're just so tired of you people doing this. You know, coming and crawling all over us like this. I don't know, Gary. I'm just glad you don't do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
But-
just throw that, like, that's just a theory you could come up with that's a counter theory. I don't know any,
Right.
I don't know
No,
what
I
happened
know
to
that.
any of them at all, you know?
No, I don't know any of them all, but I just, when you mentioned, you know, I get what you're saying, but when I see him come at him like this,
Mhm.
you know, it's kind of like, what do? When they've done something, they start throwing it back on somebody. That's just kind of the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
see
I
in
mean,
it,
you
but I
can look
thought,
at it
shut
like
up.
you can
Yeah.
actually make it, you know, I'm just saying, he seems more not in touch than the Proudfoots do, to me. I mean, the Proudfoots, everyone always, cause, let me just say this. See, in the Proudfoot situation, everybody goes, well, how come they're not out there searching every second of every day? How come they're not doing this? How come they're not doing that? Why did she leave town and go with him? Here's why, everybody. I've said this forever. It's because the hate that was built up towards them immediately after their first interview, they didn't have any safe place to be. Well, if it was me, Gray, I would stay there. You don't know what the hell you do with pitchfork
And
idiots
I
running
also
around
think
outside your house. I mean, forget
that
it.
and that, and I also think he took her out of there more than just about her well-being and being safe. I think mentally,
Yeah, I mean, he has to be out of town to work, right? Because nobody is going to send them a nickel. Okay, nobody's there can't be a fundraiser for him because nobody's going to send him a nickel. He has to go work. Now, if you were in their situation, given the hate that has been created by all the YouTubers out there, do you think it would be, you would allow your wife to sit in that house and just sit there all by herself at night and with all these wackos running around, probably break your window in? You know, they're just crazy people.
I ain't going to put his name out there, but you seen him where he was driving around and some family or something, and I'm just going like, go away, go away and leave these people alone. I just don't understand them. I don't. But I guess it's all about money. You know that. It's all, when it comes to these channels with these people that does it, it's, Nancy Grace is what I watch, but sometimes I get a little tired of her too, because I think she takes a lot of what she's seen on YouTube and puts it together too.
She does. She does do that. She does do that. Like she seems like she's like a JLR. Like, hey, wow, that guy's really onto something.
Well,
screw
that's
that.
that's the guy I'm talking about.
That guy's a
God,
nut job, man. It's just unbelievable.
He's on there with something new, and I go, oh my
I mean,
God.
but the thing is, I appreciate when he goes out and he's just filming a location that other people aren't at. But as soon as he starts opening his mouth with a theory, you can forget it, man. That guy can't think his way out of a shoebox.
Well, you know what got me about him is how he ran right to his job, and that's exactly what they did to Don. That Dolly Vision and Bullhorn Betty went there and attacked him at his job. That stuff should be prohibited. I don't care. They should have a right to do it. But
I agree.
Anyways, I'm gonna let you go, and I thank you, and I'm gonna give you a 99% right on about all this. So,
All right. Well, hey,
you're good.
Well, thanks. I appreciate you calling in with some kind words.
But when you did that with her husband the other day, I just bloated. I go, man, he really just did what I thought. So,
Yeah. All right.
You know what?
Yeah.
I noticed after you did that, a lot of that cooled down. Because I'm not seeing that much popping. What I was popping after you kind of, hey guys, pull back here.
Well, I said that on Court
Hey,
TV
God.
even. When I was on Court TV, I said, hey, we don't really know what's going on here. And then the people started shaking their heads. The one down, the other people in the windows, they're like, yeah. Because everybody, and I reiterated what the police said, and, I think people were like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I think it helped because I noticed that there ain't so much popping on here about it as there was after that. So I think they finally got you give them a kind of a baby slap, wake up. And I think they got their attention a little bit and got off of it. Well, they're on it, but you know what I'm saying. I don't go to all the channels that they were popping. I'm going, oh, I wish I could block some of them. I don't want them even coming on, but there ain't nothing you can do about that. But I'm going to let you go.
All right. Well,
I
hey,
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see this one. This is Gray.
Hi, Gray. Thank you for taking my call.
Hey.
I have 2 questions for you.
And what's that?
I came in late on your show, and I was wondering if you saw Sebastian's mother on another channel playing for Sebastian to be found. It was today.
Well, I saw her on a show. I just played it a minute ago.
We did. Okay, that's what I.
It wasn't on another channel. I mean, it was on a network. It was
on your network. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she was sincere, or do you think?
I think she was totally
script?
legitimate. No, it wasn't. She was just. Well, I mean, you might have to think about what you want to say because they only gave her like 2.5 minutes to say something.
Of course. Yes.
If that. I mean, it might have been 2.
And can you play it again or no?
Well, I can. I'm not going to play it with you on the phone.
No, I understand. And then my other question is, do you think there's any correlation between Summerwell's and this case? Some of the behaviors and so on and so forth?
No, not really. I mean, I think the similarity is that somebody just seems to have vanished from the home, but like Dawn and Candace are totally different than Katie and Chris Proudfoot. So.
Okay, well, thank you for your thoughts, and I appreciate your show.
All right, well, I'll play that again for you. I'll play it again.
Look forward to seeing that. Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe some people haven't seen it, or late or whatever.
All right.
You have a good one, and thank you.
Well, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
Bye. Yeah, and then it's Cindy Lean again. Come on, you guys. We got to get the support up for the late. This is a long day. This is one of my longer days I've ever had. 3 different shows, and we're not even at it like a decent day. It's crazy. All right. So let me play that. That's not what I was going to play. That was the. Let me get the other thing. You have to call in a second. Oh wait, hold on. I told him it was great, and he said thank you. This clip right here, right? So here it is again. If you didn't see it.
OP Nation, tonight we need your help to find a missing Tennessee teenager under what must be very difficult circumstances. First of all, how are you and your family holding up?
I would say that this isn't a tragedy that we would wish anyone to ever experience. We're keeping our faith, and we're praying every day that we're going to find Sebastian.
What's the latest on the search?
So law enforcement is exploring any and all possibilities. They're communicating daily with us about updates and the statuses. We have faith that all the law enforcement agencies involved are doing everything that they can, and we're going to find Sebastian and bring him home.
We know the most important thing right now is to get the word out about Sebastian. What would you like our viewers to know about your son?
Sebastian, he is high-functioning autistic.
Okay, we're pausing it now because Cindy Leon says, feeling lonely in my freak wave. Don't let her be an Amber Maiden. All right, you guys. There we go. Kit Kat helped out. Who's else is coming in? Let's go. See if you can do it. Grease ran out there faster than a greased pig. All right, we're going to have this on pause until we get some support for Cindy Leon. Oh, crap. Not only that, I have to give Blue some medication. So hopefully when I come back, we get some support for Cindy Leon's request there. All right, here we go. I'll be back in a minute. I'll answer the calls in a second. I got to go feed Blue. I got to give Blue his medication.
Hey, I love this song. FNL.
Yeah, hey, all right. Thanks up there too. Hey, look at that, Cindy Leon. You got some support there. Kit Kat joining the wave. Lisa Wilkerson again. Thank you so much. And Wendy Van Rokel. Always the same people. I always feel bad. It'd be cool if it was more democratic sometimes, but hey, it is what it is. I appreciate it. All right, so let's continue this. I'll rewind it slightly here.
Viewers to know about your son.
Sebastian, he is high function.
So this is the show OPB Nation. What was the name of it again? Oh well, can't remember the name, but
Autistic. He loves animals. He loves video games. He loves fishing.
Green tea. You're so goofy.
he looks like such a happy kid in that one, doesn't he?
He's typically a very, very sweet boy. He can be quite temperamental, though, if he's overstimulated or if he's stressed out. He has a unique run. He runs like the Naruto anime character.
Man, I gotta fix my numbers on that that thing there. Hold on, what the hell is that one? It's right here. Move it over there. You fix that command. Okay, now I'll play it. What does that say? 168.
When he's excited, he likes to dab, and he loves music. He loves to dance.
That's all very helpful information. Now, if Sebastian is out there watching, what would you like to say to your son?
I would say, Bubba, we love you. We all love you so much. Wherever you are, just know that we are not going to stop. We're going to keep searching. We're going to find you. We're going to bring you home. And if you ever get an opportunity, find a phone, find a safe adult, call 911. But I'd also like to...
It's 195, 100, not 168.
To ask our community to please keep searching your properties. Keep sharing his flyer. If you know something or you see something, please say something. Call the law enforcement immediately.
We're going to do everything we can to help find him.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely sincere to me. Don't know what else to say about that. Looks like she just wanted to get all the real information out there. Told us about how he is, etc. But how come she didn't search that one night, you bastard? Because of people like you. The ones asking that question are the exact people of why she didn't do that. You're the ones that hate them and treated them like garbage. They felt like they had no support. I can imagine. You know? Yeah, I still don't know what the hell happened here, and maybe someday it'll turn out that I misperceived it, but I can tell you I wouldn't have changed my mind on how I feel about how... I don't think that any of the parents, likely have anything to do with physically the reason he's missing. However, who knows, right? I'm just saying we don't have any information. Law enforcement told us they don't have any information. And so that's where all of us should be in that mode at that point. Where did you get that, Alley Cat? Oh, Jesus. Who'd you get that from? Let's see. I should all just keep off social media. Yeah, I mean, so that was cool that they went on a normal show. Who cares what Nancy Grace says? Nancy Grace doesn't have an answer to that question. You think Nancy Grace called over to the police station and they said, "Oh yeah, he failed"? Like, come on. She doesn't. That's complete crap. Okay. That's what they saying. Who's they? Oh, Seth failed. Oh, you're saying Seth failed. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I thought you were talking about Chris. That's hilarious, if that's what you're saying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, Tamonte is hurt. Yeah, I wonder about that one. I messaged the girlfriend the other day, and she didn't respond. But I don't think she has anything to do with it either. She's probably just tired of the whole situation. In the Tamonte's hurt case. Man, this channel's like a Swiss Army knife, isn't it? Well, I mean, how many cases are we doing? Let's see. That's what the police. What do you mean? That's what what police saying? How do you know what the police are saying? Oh yeah, Me either, Zozo. That's like taking the polygraph tests on Maury Povich or Jerry Springer or Oprah Winfrey, or, you know, it's like, hey, take a lie detector test. I mean, geez, give me a break. What do you mean what you said they said? What are you talking about? Now looky here. I truly think he... Are you way behind, or what topic? Just type in what you're referring to. I truly think he ran away. He met some people online or gaming and made a plan. Perhaps he didn't want to go with his dad. Don't know. Who knows? Who the hell knows? All right. Well, the phone line's open again if anybody wants to call in. Somebody called a minute ago right before I went to give my dog the medicine. Right. That's true. Right. I said that. that was way earlier, though. Right. She set up the lie detector test. Would you take that 8675309 from freaking Nancy Grace? I mean, get your little experts in there that'll kind of skew it in a way to make the story better. Forget it. I don't think any of you would. I know 8675309 would not do that. She might not even take one if the police offered one. I don't know. Jeez. How do we know anything about what he did? He didn't take the test from Nancy Grace. He said he wouldn't do that. When this is what he told me. When he asked police, he said that he said, should I take the test from Nancy Grace? And they go, absolutely not. And he was maybe going to take one from them in the future. So Nancy Grace has nothing to do with any lie detector test he might have taken. Yeah, she put him on the spot. Well, if I arrange for a lie detector test, would you take it? What is he going to say? No. Oh, and then all of a sudden, did you hear that? He said no. He said no, everybody. He's the killer. He's the killer. No, he just doesn't want to take one from Nancy Grace. What he should have said was, yeah, I'm more than willing to take one just from not somebody like you. I wonder what her response would have been. Oh, man. That would have been a great moment, because it might have got her into legal trouble, because she doesn't seem to be able to, like, she would come back and say something. Oh, I see. Seth is the one who fell asleep during the lie detector test. Well, there you go. That makes sense. I just want everybody, what you should do is just sit down and think to yourself, okay, you have a child that's, you know, ADHD and autistic, and you're, you know, they're there, you don't really get along with the, you know, some other elements out there. Oh, wait, call back again. I just saw the phone pop in. And then you go out on a show to try to, like, some YouTube channels, try to get out as much as you can out there, because you probably got sold something. Oh, I got a lot of people that watch my channel. Hey, watch it. And you go out there and you do a good interview, but people with a lack of information decide to twist it all on you so that they can have something to talk about, because that's really what happened here. It's called content creating when there's no content to create. So it's like, okay, there's this person missing, there's people searching, however, there is no information, no new information. So what we need to do is to get the family on, and they were on, and I think people generally on the first interview were okay with it, but then they went back and looked at it again, because now we want to find some, and they just turned it into something really negative. And I don't know, that stuff bugs me a lot. Somebody just called, but I didn't answer the phone quick enough. I have it set on silent, but now I have it turned up slightly so I could hear it. He fell asleep because of who? Who fell asleep because of medicine? I hope you're not going to say Seth. You're not one of those people that's like an apologist for him, are you? Everything that he does has a reason, but if the mom does it, it's bad. I just think everything's the same. Got to treat them all the same. What I'm doing is doing the devil's advocate position and wondering why people don't see the same sort of stuff that you could complain about with the dad, the bio dad. I just don't really give a damn about any of them. Right? It's like I want to know where right, and so you're defending him, right? He fell asleep because he was on medication. If it was Chris Proudfoot, you'd probably say something like, "Oh, that bastard fell asleep. I don't care. I don't give a damn what medication he was on." Right? Let's be honest. Come on, freaks. Take time to smash that. Yeah, how many likes do we got? About 10? At 212 likes. Go. Everybody hit that like button right now. Here we go. And
I'm tired of it now, 10 down, 15, on the mind, better down, better on 15, I better down, better on 15, 20, I better down, better on 15, better down, better on 20.
Right, everybody knows that.
30, and 30, 25, better on 30. You want to put 30, sir, 25.
Yeah, he's the mother's the last person to see him. Yep. That's not why. That's not why. People just ran out of information. And maybe you could say, yeah, she was the last one to see him at that point. And then, ooh, we need to find something. Look at the way she looked here. Look at the way she looked there. Look at her head spin. Look at the way she... Did anybody, when you just watched that, did anybody right there think there was something suspicious about that piece on that show in that 2-minute period there? Did anybody think that was weird or something a little off, something strange? Right, because that's how she's probably now able to sort of, after this much time, can sort of breathe a little bit. You never, it's so hard for these people. Every second of every day, you're tripping out. Right. You're just saying what he said. Do you believe that story, Alley Cat? He's taking a lie detector test, one of the most important things he's ever done in his life, and he falls asleep because he was on drugs? Okay, all right. Hello, this is Gray.
Yeah, I just don't really give a damn.
Can you turn down the audio in the background, please?
Yeah.
Turn off the audio in the background. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4. Are you ready? Okay, you got it? Okay.
Yeah. How are you, Gray?
Pretty good. Who's this?
My name is Robin, and I'm calling from the state of Washington.
From the state of Washington.
I have a question right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
How is Blue? Is he okay?
He's doing pretty good, he seems to not be able to control his pee sometimes, but other than that, because there's this medication, that Lasix, that draws the fluid out of his lungs, I think, and it has to go somewhere. So,
how old is he?
I think he's like, 13 or so. We got him when he was like 2. We don't really know exactly.
Same here. I got it from my neighbors. And my little Ramona is 14. And she's as tiny as Blue.
What kind of dog is it?
I'm sorry?
What is the breed?
Oh, a little mini Chihuahua.
Well, there you go.
Yes, and then I also had a little white dog like Chloe, and she passed. She was 15.
Well,
so I know how fun they can be.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Gray.
All right.
What do you think happened to Sebastian?
What's weird is I don't really have any sort of... the thing that makes sort of the most sense is like somehow he was in contact with... there's two things. Somehow he was in contact with somebody who picked him up somewhere and drove, and it was so dark, maybe they didn't even use their lights, and they drove him away, and they're out there somewhere. Or the second one is he wandered off on his own, and then something bad happened out there.
Yes. I know from something that Seth had said on some channel, something to the effect that in a bathroom he said to a gentleman next to him, "This is my wiener. Do you want to show me yours?"
What do you mean?
I
who
mean,
said,
that could.
Who said what?
That's what Seth said. That is what Sebastian did.
He said what?
Okay. Seth said that one time in a bathroom, a public bathroom, Seth was getting ready to go to the bathroom, and I heard Seth say this. He said, Sebastian pulled out, got ready to go to the bathroom, and he said, "This is my wiener. Do you want to show me yours?"
To who?
To the gentleman who was in the next
I don't
urinal.
know. I don't know. That this doesn't sound like something. I don't even think Seth would say something like that. Are you sure?
I heard him, Greg.
Is there anybody else out there that heard this? I mean, put a 1 if that's true. I really. This is one of those.
Yes,
this is one of those ones. That's.
And I'll even try to find.
Well, don't you think
the
maybe
clip
he
for
said
you.
something like, maybe something like this happened? Okay, so I guess people are typing in that they heard this. That's ridiculous.
That they what?
Man,
I know.
I think
know.
Seth is a pile of
know.
crap, man. And look at, he's a pile of crap. He's out there telling
Greg,
stuff about. Look at, Seth is out there. He's a pile of crap. He's out there telling about, oh man, this one time he said this. Oh, this one time, and everything he's saying is so like detrimental towards him. Oh, he's the one that broke out that. Oh yeah, he was sexually assaulted when he was a kid. Oh yeah,
right,
how about this one?
Right.
Man, what a dipshit.
Well, and the
Jesus
thing is,
Christ.
if he's detrimental to Sebastian, then he's detrimental to the whole case. And what I
terrible.
am asking is that he did say it. Seth did say it. And
was he drunk or what? How long ago was this?
I don't know. You know what? It may have been after he started taking medication for his injury.
Oh, it's all the medication, everybody. Hey, there we go.
Oh, no, I'm not blaming it on that. But what I'm saying is, and in your opinion, if Sebastian is, if he doesn't know how at this point in his 15 years, how to handle his sexuality or whatever is going on, wouldn't that open him up to like every time he goes into a restroom and says something, ridiculous, or to teachers who are
I don't know. Here's my deal. I don't even want to. I mean, if it was true,
you don't even want.
If it's true, maybe. But like this stuff right here shouldn't be something that we're talking about. Like if he shows up again, now he's got to know that his dad told everybody that he pull his thing out and go, hey, let me see yours too. And hey, by the way, he was also sexually assaulted. And by the way, he was. And it just goes on and on and on. So it's all out there now, But I think it's just.
I agree.
What kind of a dad is that? You know what kind of dad that is? That's the same type of dad who, after learning that his child was allowed to be assaulted by the mother and the stepdad, he didn't do a damn thing. He didn't go get him and say, he said, I don't think it's my place to take a child from his mother, even though they're letting him be sexually assaulted.
Exactly what he said.
I know it is what he said. He's a joke,
Gray, I would have walked 200 miles to go get my son and pull him out of that situation.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. There's something wrong on both sides. I can't weigh it. I can't weigh it. But I do know that a lot more is being done than what these creators are saying. They're saying the TBI is stupid and they're working their butts off. I think they are.
Yeah, I think they've been.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know the Echo? Is it called Echo Search?
EquiSearch. You mean EquiSearch? Texas EquiSearch.
EquiSearch. They came.
Yeah, I know who they are.
43 ponds. They searched 43 ponds.
Yeah. No, I know who they are. We've given them like $25,000-$30,000 over the years.
Did you?
Yeah, they're great.
Tim
Miller, Tim Miller is amazing. I don't like the EquiSearch Midwest, but the Texas EquiSearch, those are the ones that I mean, they're all part of the same thing. But when Tim Miller's involved, you might get an accent. You might get an answer if Tim Miller's involved. Yeah, he's so much better than everybody else.
Wonderful man.
Well, and Tim Miller's actually solved case. Like not just the we found him. Tim Miller is the kind of guy. I think 86753 and I would agree. Like, he's the kind of guy, he actually goes up to a suspect, goes in and has a beer with them, and gets them to confess. He's done that, multiple times. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's just...
Really?
Look at him. Just look at Tim Miller, man. He's the guy that you want to confess to. You want to look at him and go, hey, you know what? Shit.
Yes.
Okay.
You want him on your side.
Yeah, he's the best, by a mile.
So that's the thing, Gray, is that these people on these platforms are not looking for information. They're putting out they're putting out non-truth is what they're doing. But if anybody like myself is truly interested, they're going to go to people who give real information. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like how mixed up I got just over Seth's comment about the public restrooms. So anyway, I just wondered if you had any kind of an idea of what.
Well, I don't really. I just said all I could say of what my idea is. I mean, who knows? If he walked off by himself, all kinds of things could happen.
Yeah. Well, that's all I wanted to say, Gray. And I love your show. I can't believe what you did with the 4 that were just arrested. How you triangulated them.
Yeah, well, we actually we had that figured out like on the first day what happened in that thing.
Yes. And that's why I'm just new to all this stuff. I'm just an old lady. I'm 70, and I love this stuff, but I love the real stuff.
Well, thanks.
So I'm going to become a member. I just want you to know that.
Oh, cool.
In the next couple of days, I'm going to be a member. So.
All right, what was your name again? Your name?
Robin. My name is Robin.
Okay, there's another Robin in the chat too. So.
This is Robin with an E.
Robin with an E?
No Robins with an E.
Oh, like R-O-B-E-N?
Yes.
Huh.
And so that is my handle. I write out Robin with an E.
Robin.
And you'll know that as soon as I become a member.
I would have said Robin. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. I get called some pretty weird stuff. Ruben.
Me too.
Robin.
I get Gary, Greg, Jerry, and Craig. So.
Isn't that funny? Don't you just want to look at him and say, did you see how my name is spelled?
Yeah, well, my diploma from college said Gary on it. I was thinking, man, thank you, college, for helping me all those years. You still graduated me, even though I couldn't spell my name right, and you fixed it for me. Thank you so much,
Well, Gray, I didn't get a certificate when I graduated to the beauty school. I got an invitation to join the Army. Because 50 years ago, women did not join the Army. Everybody thought I was a male.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, when your name is spelled different, you get treated different. But you know what? We are different, aren't we? I think you're a different breed, and so am I.
Well, thank you.
So
all right.
take care of those babies, and take care of your wife.
I know. Crazy, huh?
You lost her.
I know. It was weird.
Yeah, keep an eye on her. And you have a very good weekend, Gray, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling, Robin. All right, bye. Hey, what's going on with she gifted 5 memberships and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did somebody else buy one that's hidden somewhere? How did 10 members, you guys see what I'm seeing here? Or am I, wait, hold on, let me put it on to live chat. No, that's still the only one. How weird is that? Yeah, thanks for calling in, Robin. Anyways, it's weird. It's like Mini, Misty, Dim, Smole, Travelcado, Ren, Henniger, Ryan Johnson, Karen Dith, What the F is Going Down, Kelly M, Big Bird 420, and Nurse Rhonda. But yeah, like 10 memberships. Yeah, that was like a 2-for-1 there, Lanky Tor. Not sure what happened, but Interesting. Yeah, is that what it is? Buy one, get one free today? Is that it? Man, you gotta admit, doesn't that make you angry at this father? I didn't even know he said that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, look at all the stuff that he's put out there on, you know, it's not helpful stuff either. It doesn't help anything. What difference does it make in terms of finding him about what happened to him 7 years ago with some wacko kid that was there? And what Matt, you know, I guess the last thing about going to the bathroom and thing might have something to do with something that happened out there in the world, but it doesn't help find him at all, does it? I mean, it doesn't help find him whatsoever. It's just sort of a, oh, wow, it helps you theorize on something. But just the theorization doesn't help find him at all. There's nothing, I mean, you could go, oh, wow, maybe he went into some bathroom miles away that we don't know and did that, and some guy took him in his semi-truck somewhere. Man, I out of the whole case, I think it's hilarious that he's the one that is the lovable guy. It's crazy. I mean, why can't they all just look at him? If anything, I would be like, yeah, I don't know about that Seth guy. He's a little strange. But I think you should just leave them all alone, and let's just see what happens in the future. He said the most memorable moment is him smearing poop on the wall. What are you talking about? Have people changed their minds a little bit here? I mean, this is crazy. He didn't say that, did he? Oh my God. What the hell is this? You heard him say that too. Man, I'm glad I don't watch all of his interviews. And secondly, I don't have time to watch all of his interviews, okay? The guy is on these shows. He seems absolutely disinterested, just rambling on, doing all kinds of shit in the background. I almost wonder if he's watching a television program while he's on these shows. It reminds me of like being in one of the squares on the when they have the, what do they call that? Like on the Brady Bunch. You know, the squares? He's just sitting there looking around. On a panel. That's what I was looking for. Hello, this is Gray. Who's this? You're in the gray zone.
Gray?
Yep. Make sure to have that audio in the background turned off.
I'm turning it down right now. Sorry.
All right. Whoa. Who's this?
Hi, my name is Marianne, and I'm from Connecticut.
Wow. Marianne from Connecticut.
Marianne from Connecticut.
How come nobody ever says Connecticut how it's spelled, though? You know, it's like, you know, when you say Connecticut or something, you know, or I don't know.
It's kind of like the Mackinac City. Yeah. You can always tell where people are from by the way that they say the word. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, where can you say my state that I live in?
What state do you live in?
It's right below the state of Washington.
Virginia?
No, the state of Washington. Right above California. See, my state doesn't exist. I just want you to say it. It's I want you to say Oregon. Okay?
Yeah, that some people say Oregon, some people say Oregon.
Well, how do you say it?
I say Oregon.
Okay, good. You said it good. All right, that's good. All right.
Anyway, the reason why I wanted to call you is because I wanted to straighten some stuff up that was just said on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
That irritated you. I understand totally why it's irritating. There's a reason why Seth said what he said.
Oh, there's always a
reason.
reason.
I'm not trying to back him.
Yeah, go ahead. What is it? What's the reason?
Okay, so there was a big situation where CP said that if he told the reason as to why.
What's CP? Chris Proudfoot. We don't. Just use names, okay?
Okay,
The whole.
so
We don't do the abbreviation.
Chris Proudfoot had threatened Seth and actually the general public.
Well, that's what he claimed. Yeah, that's what he claimed. So what?
Well, it was. Anyway, he said basically that if he said the reason why, if he told out loud the reason why there was a problem, then people would no longer go search for Seth.
Yeah, that was regarding the. What was that regarding? I can't remember. Go ahead, say it. Finish that.
Yeah, well, it was back in the times during with the essay comment stuff.
Yeah.
And there was kind of an argument going back and forth, and I agree that stuff never should have been brought out to the public. It never should have been.
Right.
They're just airing dirty laundry, but
Seth
it had to be cleared up, and it was cleared up, and Seth cleared it up, stating that Sebastian, it was questionable whether or not, because Sebastian had the essay behind him, whether or not he was in a growing mentality where his mentality was, things like that, and whether or not he had the right therapy. Nobody knows how much therapy he's had because it's been 2 different ways. But that's when Chris Proudfoot came back and had said what he said. So Seth just cleared it up and said, this is why, and this is what the problem is with Chris. And so he flat out said that this is what he did in the restroom. He was in the restroom at school.
But what does that have to do with Chris or anything? I mean, there's no excuse for saying that.
Because
that doesn't help anything. It's meaningless.
Yeah, nothing helped anything with the whole essay comment. That should never.
Well, not even the bathroom comment. The bathroom comment doesn't help anything either. What's the point of?
It doesn't.
I didn't even understand your story here where you explained it.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because the reason why Seth had to say why Seth had to bring out in public why Seth had done what he had done in the restroom.
Why?
Because that was the secret behind Chris Proudfoot's letter that he sent in an email. Evidently, there was an email that
I know,
came out
but why didn't he just do that behind the scenes? Who cares? Why didn't he do that behind the scene? There was no reason for him to say it on somebody's show. Okay, don't you get that? Like, what difference does it make if he wrote a letter to somebody? Why does he need to go on to somebody's show and say that? I don't really get that. I mean, there's no excuse whatsoever. There's zero reason to do that. I
agree, but do you think he wasn't being grilled on a podcast?
Seth?
Yeah.
Oh, he's never grilled. He's got like a.
His
are just like buddies, and like everybody's like, "Hey, we love you, Chris. You're our brother, dude. You're the greatest, man. You're the greatest in the world."
You mean Seth?
Yeah, Seth. Oh, that's what I meant. Like, hey, Seth, you're the great. Yeah, I'll probably say Chris. I always do this. Like, whenever there's too many names, eventually I start saying, like I said that on one of my videos the other day, where it was, I kept saying Madeline and her mother. Oh, I kept switching it around a couple times. But anyways,
you get all frustrated.
Well, it's just like well, it's not really frustrated. It's just there's so many names that after I'm talking and thinking, sometimes the wrong name flips into my head. But I know who they are, the people. But yeah, like Seth never gets a break. I mean, never gets to get grilled on a show is what I meant. Chris never gets a break.
Oh yeah.
But like when Seth is on the show, it's like this. Oh, you're our brother, man. There's this one guy that does the show. He's just a joke, He's like, you're our brother, Chris, and I just want to help you out. And I'm just like, man, it's just these guys can't think their way out of a shoebox. So they have him on there, and there's no hardball questions at all. It's just pure love fest. And what's weird is what made him say something like that in one of these love fests. And there's no reason for it. I still don't even understand the explanation that you're giving me.
Well, because it came out on Facebook. It came out on Facebook after the whole FA thing came out in public.
Mm-hmm. But guess who put that out there? Guess who put the...
Yeah, and so Chris...
Yeah, but you know who put the essay out in public? That was Seth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know.
And then,
he was.
and then,
upset.
and then
So,
Katie wrote a rebuttal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was either Chris or Katie made a rebuttal, and
Right,
I
Katie.
thought it was Chris, but he came back and he had said that if that didn't stop, he was going to go ahead and tell everybody about what Seth had done, and everybody wanted to know what Seth had done.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, what Sebastian had done, and the reason why Seth had to say what Sebastian had done was because he wanted people to continue looking for him. Chris had said in the Facebook page that people would stop looking for him if it surfaced at what Sebastian had done at school, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
And I guess
Now,
the concern was
there's
that
really
Sebastian was
there's
gonna
no
look
good
like Fred.
excuse because there's no way, 'cause people didn't even like Chris, so there's no way anybody would have stopped looking. They would just go, oh, there's that Chris guy again. So I don't know what Seth's doing. I think he's been a absolute disservice to his own child during the search here. I'm not saying he has anything to do with him being missing, but absolutely ludicrous, embarrassing behavior that everybody should be condemning. But he's the savior, he is the god in this case, and the Proudfoots are the devil. So everything he does is there's always a great reason for it, a great explanation, and everything the Proudfoots do has a negative reason, and something horrible is their motive behind it. Yeah, I just.
Well, if you look the past couple of days, it's all winding down. Everybody's kind of either not talking about anything, or they're talking about what's happening with the two women. What's happened with Caleb?
Caleb? Oh, jeez, he just switched up. I don't know. I mean, but, I think it's interesting that he had he was on Reddit asking for somebody to meet him at a park that just right before he goes missing. And I think that they're 100% that's related to him being missing.
So there has been nothing new since then?
I haven't heard anything new.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything new either. I just wonder, because I always watch you, because you seem to be able to pinpoint everything, and I haven't.
Well, I mean,
I haven't seen you.
Well, I mean, the thing is there's a lot of people help on some of these nights where I'm doing this stuff. Like, people find information. Like, Zozo goes out and finds, I don't remember how that all came about. The Proudfoots one, the Reddit post. How did the Reddit name get out there at first? I don't remember how the Reddit name got out there. I don't remember how that came about. I think they was in a group. That's right. It was in a Facebook group, and then you go to the Reddit page and you look at his comments, his posts, etc. And he has not very many comments, but he has a ton of posts, and every one of them he's looking for somebody in the area. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty.
But that one was that night at right around 2 a.m, and right at the time when he's back in the apartment and saying he's going to stay up later. So why was he staying up later? Well, because he was going to meet somebody at that park, and I think he went out, dropped the dog back in after walking the dog at 2:45, and he was heading out, took that Snapchat picture, sent it to a friend, and he was going to head out, and he didn't need his shoes or anything because he was just going to be in a car for a quick sexual encounter, and something went awry in that. That's what I think, because it's the only thing that makes sense. It's that makes sense in a story. The rest of it, he just disappeared because a UFO beamed him up aboard and it took off,
No, I agree with you 100% on that one. I think you're right on with that. What I always thought was weird, and I think you picked up on it one night too, was why they took the dog out at 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Then he took the dog out like an hour and a half later.
Well, I mean, puppies need to go outside. My only comment is, why did he go back outside after bringing the dog back in at 2:45? Why did he go back outside? I said this early on before we even knew about the Reddit post, because it's weird. Why wouldn't you just walk the dog over by the bridge for a little bit extra time and then go back? Instead, he brings the dog back inside, and then, well, it wouldn't matter though. He's got the dog with him. You would just walk over there and still have the conversation, because he was doing Snapchat video while walking with his dog, showing it to his sister. So then why not just a few minutes later just keep walking the dog and be over by the bridge? Because that means he was going somewhere. He had put the dog back in the apartment, went outside because he was about to be picked up by the person who responded to his ad on Reddit. That is why he went back out there. And he ordered the food for tomorrow. He knew it would be sitting at his door when he got home, and he never got back home. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty sad situation. Very sad. But yeah, you know, kind of weird how things pop up like that, isn't it? You never even would think that would be going on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, he's got a ton. You look at him, and it goes on and on and on. He got to a point where he's on Reddit, and then he would give out his Snapchat username, and then people would go over and be with him on Snapchat, which is a place that disappears after you're on there. So he had a ton of those too. Yeah. So, anyways, got anything else?
Oh well. Nope, that'll do it. Thanks so much, Gray. I really like watching you. You know, I have to tell you this one thing though.
Uh-oh,
I thought I was gonna die laughing when the sheriff was driving Stefan to the jail.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking, when Stefan was in the background, he was making those faces, and he was trying to talk about the cherry cough drop.
Oh, yeah.
And you were going, "You going to let me out now? You going to let me out?"
Yeah.
And you were laughing. That was so funny. Do you remember that?
A little bit. I remember commentary.
The whole time that Stefan was being driven by the sheriff to the jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I was doing commentary throughout it. I just don't remember that exact moment, but.
And it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
Well, good. See, I try to make people laugh sometimes.
And when you have the smoke coming out right now, kind of like the fog.
Yeah.
And people were wondering what the fog was, and you were going, "Hey, man.
What's up, dude?" Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. It was nice talking to you.
You too. Thanks for calling. Have a good one.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a massive lull again, everybody. Is there any chance we can get this lull off the books? Yeah. I mean, man, when I scroll up, that's when you know. You know, you scroll way up there for like as far as you can go. And the person who said that, joining the way for the Don Rickles of true crime. Do you guys think of me like that? I mean, I am sort of like that, because Don Rickles would just say whatever the hell he wants to say and not really worry about the, it's just, and sort of, Don Rickles was one of my favorite comedians. So for me, it wasn't really a diss, you know. Don Rickles, let's see. I'll show you Don Rickles. He's awesome. Hold on a second. We don't look the same, but let's see. Don Rickles joke. He's good at like insult. Okay, let's see. Yeah, right here, let's see.
And I love the black people. We need you people, I swear, because no Jew's going to make up a train.
Jesus. See, at least those are right there. You would say whatever you wanted to say back then. 33 minutes of Don. I can't do that one. This one, how about this one here?
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from San Diego
I don't want to do
Promise.
that one.
I know this is hard to hear, but it's important.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to hear from the guest of honor.
Here it is, here it is.
And although we've been kidding him for the past 55 minutes.
That's Don Rickles. Let's see.
Kraft Music Hall has been kind enough to honor me tonight. I've asked for a dais, and unfortunately, I got guys that happen to be in the neighborhood. There were 3 whiners hanging out in the highway going, "Hey, how about hey?" They washed them up and put them here. But I kid. First of all, we'll go from left to right.
He was the best, man.
Dick Cavett, I say this honestly. I was on ABC, and I'm fed up with them as I'm fed up with you.
This is a roast. I mean, if you get him like Don Rickles stand-up. Let's see, hold on. Maybe when he's old. Let's see what he's got.
I know this is a Republican celebration, but I have the honor of introducing...
That's what it's about, New York.
That's when he's old, I guess.
Be funny.
Are you an Irishman? You an Irish kid? What are you, a bird?
Good evening, Mr. President. Nice to see you, sir. And your lovely wife, Nancy. It's a big treat for me to fly all the way from California to be here for this kind of money.
I don't care what you are. You're fat.
Tom Rickle! Yeah.
And I love the black people. We need you people, I swear, because no Jew's gonna make up a train.
I come out, and it's my trademark. I tend to maybe jump around a little bit. What do you really think about it?
I think you're making a fool of yourself.
I thank Neil Armstrong, or Neil. Over here, Neil. You're down.
Jeez, and now I'm gonna get sick. God almighty, get yourself an injection or something for crying out loud. I don't need this. I was a healthy Jew. I come out here, I can see when the show's over, I'm gonna be in a hospital going, it was Jay Leno.
When we go on hunts, we run out of animals, we chase her.
I tell you, I was frightened to death, but it was a great experience. You have 2 kids, 2 fine sons. 3. Is that it?
Yeah, anyways. He was pretty sweet. You just gotta go on the internet and watch all of it, but man, the lulls just kept on going. Oh, there's Kim Christian. Thank you very much. All right, thanks. You know what? There's a show, Archie Bunker, that would never be able to be played again on television. Even though it was funny and, you know, it sort of showed the lighter side of, you know, it was just kind of, you know, that the Jeffersons was the counter to that, and it was just as funny. It just sucks, you know. And guess what? What political party is the reason for those being taken off the air? So that's what we need to do, is just have a poll to ask people that question. All right. Well, thanks, Lanky Tor. Yeah. Yeah, Fat Albert would still be able to be on because it's the other side where it's okay to do that, but who's spreading rumors, Lisa? I'm not sure what you're talking about. In like the 90s? But anyways, I think I'm going to take off. You know, it's been 2 hours again. A lot of shows today. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you to Karen Van Patten, new member, Cindy Leon, Maureen Gardner, Cindy Leon, Allie Cake, Wise Child, Lisa Wilkerson, Peter Kit Kat, Cindy Leon, Kit Kat, Lisa Wilkerson. Kit Kat's been here 52 months. Thank you. Awesome. Good seeing you again. Lisa Wilkerson, Wendy Van Rokel, Barbara Waite, Lanky Tor gifted 5 memberships, and Kim Christian. All right. So thanks everybody for being here tonight. Oh, there goes my stomach. Thank you all for supporting the channel, and we'll see you guys tomorrow probably. All right. So until then, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Grader's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, enemy
He a spectre with a vector on his pector with it of a spectre. Just remember, Jackshaw, I have no agenda. I'm a bartender, and I'll serve it to your strength without the blender. Any and
I'm gonna send ya
on a mission to reveal a true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to
All right.
Talk to you.
Good night, everybody.
That's right, everybody. Good night. Farewell.